Alpha 6, this is Mud 1. Alpha 6. Damn it. Fucking comms are still down. Men, give me a head count. How many of us are left? Last I checked, sir, Johnson went down. I think that makes 7 of us. I don't know how much longer we can take this, sir. We need to get back. I know that, but we're stuck here until we can reestablish comms, complete our mission, and find the fucking way out of this damn maze. And right now, I don't have a lot of options.
Hey guys, Space Marine 658 here, and I'm here to bring you episode 20 in our Aurora Let's Play. Last time we left off, we had been attacked, and our ship, the diplomatic ship Bruno de Hecada, I believe is how it's pronounced, don't quote me on that, had been attacked. So it's time to actually create ourselves some warships, because they attacked us initially, even though we sent a diplomatic ship. So for now, we're at least at war. We do have some survey ships out and about, so we'll have to be careful to make sure they don't get attacked. That's not quite the flag I had set them up with. They must have already had this pre-generated. Because I didn't give them a specific flag, I think, so it automatically kind of rotates through some flags every time you load up. But yeah, we have been attempting to communicate with them, but they definitely have no interest in us. So, alright, let's get going. We're surveying here. We're going to send our military fleet here at some point, just to kind of keep them from cutting through here. In fact, actually, that Luton is in the wrong spot as well. So it looks like we found another Luton. So we'll put that guy there. Alright. Let me save that. There we go. So yeah, so let's design a new ship. We need to create a battlecruiser. This will be sort of our mainline ship. This will be sort of, the backbone of our military, because we're going to have our battleships, which, now that we've updated them, should be pretty damn good. They're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with, but they're expensive. So they're going to take a while to build. They're going to take a while to get up and running as much as we need them. Because right now we are actually expanding the shipyard to get to be able to actually even retool to construct them. We're also retooling for the Black Wolf Gen 3. So I figured in here we'll actually start producing our Gen 1 of our battlecruisers, our first ever battlecruisers. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's jump in here. So with battlecruisers, a lot of it depends on personal preference. The big thing is that they're sort of the long-range strike package kind of setup. I'm avoiding missiles in this playthrough just to kind of make sure that we have a sort of good setup insofar as I don't want to be OP. I want to stick more realistically to roleplay. While missiles are very powerful, they're a little overpowered in the current edition. And I think realistically, honestly, while missiles would probably be a definite part of the human navy, I think that we will reach a point where in real life the lasers and a lot of other weapons would do so much damage and be so powerful that they could knock most missiles out of the air with relative ease. I mean, even in modern day, most military warships have a sort of CWIS setup that can quite easily knock a lot of missiles out of air, and that's just with conventional weapons and tracking. So for this, since we are going to, let's go to wide view real quick. Since we're going to design a battlecruiser, I want to focus on our weapons. This is going to be a weapon system that has a lot of long range railguns. They're going to be probably dual or quad turreted, preferably either single or dual, because that gives a bit more realism in like RP wise. So I'm going to start actually designing this ship around a weapon tech, because that way we can get everything else built up around that. So let's start off with a railgun. Let's take a look. So we got 40 centimeter railguns. That's pretty big. They recharge every 25 seconds. They basically do 12 damage per shot, and they have a range of about 1,000,000 kilometers. That's pretty far range. That's mostly due to their launch velocity. So yeah, because capacitor affects their recharge rate, right? Yeah. So I think with this, we'll just have a default sort of setup for a railgun. And we'll call this main battery railgun. Just something very generic, and then we'll give it a little info about it. So 40 centimeter, 60k launch velocity, capacitor of 8. So yeah, so this will be sort of our standard issue railgun. And so with that, we need to design a turret that can hold that. Now you refresh tech, make sure we design that railgun. Yeah. So let's see. Why? Huh. That's odd. Why is it not showing me? Oh, is that that thing? Some railguns. One second. Let me. Make sure I'm not missing anything on here. Yes. Okay. So I was right. Railguns you don't actually put into turrets. That's correct. So what we'll do is we'll actually pop a few of these onto our ship. Oh, well, we need to create a ship first. So let's do a new ship class. Make sure we go to a battlecruiser. Whoops, one below that. Battlecruiser, new ship class. And we're going to rename this if there's somebody in the Discord, because this is a pretty big class that we're going to name a lot of ships in. So let's go for, let's see, who all has come in recently. So the newest person in the group is, actually we have 2 new people. So we shall name the class after the one that was most recent, because we already have things named after Kit Lunar. Yeah. So we're going to go for Svalin. So this will be the Svalin class battlecruiser. Alright, so let's throw a few of these railguns on here. We're definitely going to want a few of these guys. Let's see, we got 6. Yeah, we're going to want quite a few of these. So let's say we want at least 20 of these. Yeah, let's go crazy, because this is going to be a 50k ship. So this is really going to be focused on packing well above its weight. We do still have this power plant, which is still a good power plant because we haven't updated our tech too much and we just designed some ships. So let's see. We need a total power of, I believe that's... I'm actually not sure how much power. Okay. So we need 225 at least. So we'll go for 500 power, almost a little over 500 power, just to make sure we have some spare in case one of these gets blown up. Plus we're going to need some for shields and such, I believe. And these are still good shields. So we'll pop a few of these on here. So let's see, we've got 4. We want to make sure we got some really good shieldage, because this is going to be a pretty close in ship. And then we're also going to give it some Gauss cannon turrets, which I believe we can actually go... Because what we want to do is we want to make sure that this ship can defend itself. Actually, we might have removed our Gauss cannons. So actually, before we do that, let's throw on some military engines. This is a 0.7k ton. Yes, this is a slow engine, but we put a few of these on here for redundancy because it's pretty light. Let's throw on up to 10. Yeah, that gives us some pretty decent speed. And then we'll do some engineering stuff. So we want deployment time to be at 48 months. And then engineering, we want to have enough spaces. We currently have 1 engineering space, so we'll throw in a couple more because we want to get down that average failure rate and IFR rate. Because right now that's quite high. And then we'll want to make sure we have some actual engineering storage, which is our maintenance storage. There we go. So large maintenance bay. Let's throw that on. That'll get our percentage down a bit. And then throw on a few more engineering spaces. Trying to get that IFR down because 17% is still quite high. So we want to pop that as low as we can reasonably get it. And we'll probably take some stuff off to kind of crack it down a bit. Let's see, that's getting it quite a bit down. Okay, that's not too terrible. That is a lot of engineering spaces, but we also need to throw on this. And then command and control. Main engineering. We don't need a flag bridge. Combat information center wouldn't be bad. And then auxiliary control. Okay. Yeah, 6 is not bad. It is a lot of yeah, sorry to repeat myself, but it is a lot of engineering spaces. But part of that is because we've got so many weapons, so many reactors. You know, it's a very large ship, 50K. And we want to make sure we keep that IFR pretty low. Our battleships, I think, have decently high IFR, which is not good. Yeah, 56%. But we also don't expect to throw them face to face. They're mostly going to play a very defensive, comms heavy role, sort of like sensor command craft. I just want to make sure they were well armed. I'll probably change that at some point. As I'm learning more about the game and playing it on my own free time, I'm learning about a lot about this kind of stuff. The maintenance life is a little high for this, so we might take a few of these storage bays off. And that'll actually help with the IFR as well. We want to keep our enough maintenance life that the ship can stay out for about double its deployment time. In fact, we'll probably pop a few of these engineering spaces off because we don't need quite that good. Yeah, let's pop this down to 30. There we go. Alright. Yeah. But yeah, as I'm learning more about this kind of stuff, and want to make sure that I have this pretty well figured out. So with this, I believe I wanted to, let me check my notes here real quick, because I've been trying to keep pretty good notes. Yeah. So I want to have this pretty well armored, so our battleships are around 30. I'm thinking with this we might go with 50. That's a little too heavy though. See, if we go 30, that still puts us over, but if we crank down some things, because we did put a few too many shields and a few too many guns. While we want a lot of these, we still want to make sure we're remembering to be reasonable about them. Alright, so that's a bit better. We can even crank this up a bit more. So 40, and then what? Pop off a few more of these railguns, and that'll leave us a little room to actually pop off some of this power plant. Let's see how many can we take off. Yeah, that just helped a ton. Lighten up. They both lightened up the reactor load that we need, so we don't need quite as many reactors, but it also helps with our IFR and such. I went a little ham on some of that because I was thinking big. Let's actually throw on some fuel storage since we don't have any currently other than I think the default large, so we'll throw on a ultra large. That'll give us what? We'll take that off because that gives us only 8. Well, yeah, we'll take that off. What we'll actually do is do very large and then do a couple of these. It'll increase our IFR for each one, but it means that if one of them gets blown up, we'll still be able to have fuel. Now with this, we only need about a year's worth of fuel, because we're not actually going to be out that long deployment wise, but we want to make sure that we have the room for that kind of stuff. We'll throw on another large maintenance, try and get the IFR back down. Those some engineering spaces. And the IFR is still going to be high, but that's not too bad. That's not the worst I've seen. We're still a little heavy though. We probably don't need the CIC. And let's actually drop this down to 35. Yeah. Let's see, what else can we shed some weight? 'Cause we do need some more room. We're doing okay on speed, but we do want a lot of speed. It doesn't have to be crazy, but we want to have enough to be able to maneuver. So let's drop off a few of these, because we're over a year. I just don't want to remove too much. These are warships, so they're not going to be, you know, constantly using fuel, but I want to make sure they can be at maximum for a while. Shoot. Let's drop off a few more E-shields. This is going to be pretty heavily armored. You know what? No, let's drop this down and then throw on one more E-shield. In fact, two more, yeah. Alright, so that gives us some room. There we go. And we'll actually pop off one of these fusion reactors. And then let's go in here. So that's, you know, a decent amount of range. So let's see. How do we want to do? So we've got our main weapons. Let's actually design some. Let's see. Actually, we do want to design our active search sensors. So we're going to want a couple of different ones. Now the focus is right now. So this is not a anti-missile ship. So this is not a Seaways ship. So with these, we're mostly worried about longer range. So their range is 700,000. So we're probably going to want to have we won't be able to see at about 1,000,000 kilometers for sort of the normal stuff. So let's see. We're going to want to, since the railguns, our focus is going to be on probably, 5,000 is not bad. That's the size ship or bigger that we'll be shooting at. And this is a search sensor. So let's see what sensor size we want. So with this, we can see small objects as they get in close. So yeah, this is probably, in fact, we can probably crank up the resolution a bit, which hurts our seeing smaller, but we're gonna have two different sensors. This is going to be our long-range sensor for bigger ships, and then we'll have a smaller sensor for missiles and such. So we'll call this ASS long-range sensor, and we'll give it the info. So 48 sensor strength. Size is 50 tons. Resolution is 200, and range on that we'll say is 111 million kilometers. Yeah. So we'll instant that, and then we'll design a similar sensor, but this is going to be much more focused on small things. So we're going to go for the missile size. So size 6. Because this way, yeah, we can see the small stuff from pretty far out. So we'll pop on one of these, and it's going to be the same, pretty small. In fact, we'll probably shrink it even a little bit down, because, yeah, that still gives us 7 million kilometers for small objects. So we'll call this the ASS short range sensor. Nope, sneezer sensor. We will give it a sensor strength of 4.8, a size of 5 tons, resolution of 6. Oh, I guess I can just do res 6. And then do a range. Since this is going to be focused on the smaller one, we'll want to put the range of the smaller. So 7 million kilometers. Yeah, and we'll instant that. So what we'll want to do for this, since this is going to be a combat ship, we shall have a refresh tech, a long range sensor, and a short range sensor. And our focus is going to be on the beam fire control. So it is important though to make sure that we don't get screwed. So we're going to have a backup long range sensor, since this is not going to be necessarily an anti-missile ship. We want to make sure that we can actually detect other ships. Even if we can't see the missiles, we want to be able to at least see the other ships, because our shields and our actual armor will take care of the missiles that our gunboats don't take care of. So this is going to be a beam fire control. This only has a range of 100,000 kilometers, but we can up that with massively increasing 4x size, 4x range, 4x size, 4x tracking speed. That's the biggest, right? Yeah. So what's that put us out? Oh, we need to up the range, because that means that we can only target things that are, 400,000 kilometers out. Do we really not have any way to increase that? Let's see. No, not really. Okay, well that's painful. So this is our BFC. Range is 384k kilometers. A tracking speed of 32k, and it weighs 400 ton. Alright, so we'll instant that and refresh tech, beam fire control, and we're going to want to pop on. Oh, we actually had that exact same. Well, shoot. In fact, it is the exact same. So let's obsolete one of these two. This one's more clear in the writing, so I'll obsolete that component and then just pop these on. And we'll want at least 2, because then we can split the railguns. 5 for each battery. And then we'll make a third one for a backup. So that's pretty close range, unfortunately, but these are designed to be kind of close range. So after this, let's actually, you know what? We'll throw a Gauss cannon probably on these, just as a sort of last ditch, catch the missile if we can kind of thing. If we shrink these, do we care about hit size or hit percentage? Probably. Yeah. So I don't care to make it that much smaller, because it's already only 300 tons. So we can probably put one of these on each ship. Honestly, that'll catch most leftover missiles from our other gunboats. So we'll call this Gauss base. We're not too worried about detailing that, because this is going to then get designed into a turret. Gauss base, put it on quad. Desired tracking speed. Now our beam fire control can handle up to 32k, but our turrets can only handle 12k, and the fire control speed rating is 8k. So the actual tracking speed here, we want to put at 8k, because that's our max. If you have it bigger, it will increase the size. Actually, can I put this at 12,500? Yeah. So rotational gear. This is basically the higher you put this, the more this weighs, because it starts putting more rotational gear to speed it up. So actually we can technically go up to the 32k, because I think if we go 32k, but as you do that, the amount of the turret that's actually rotational gear gets upped to the point of it starts weighing quite a bit. Actually, this isn't too bad though, and this is just sort of your base, if you haven't made a BFC yet, because it can, I believe, track up to this actual amount. We'll actually want to put a little bit of armor on here, like 1, Let's see, what's up? But the hit skill of 12? Yeah, that's actually pretty decent. So, and it doesn't increase weight too much. So we'll put it at 2. That should get us still below the 50,000. So yeah, this will be a pretty decent little turret. So we'll give it a company name, and we'll just call it the Quad Gauss Sea-Wiz turret by the Hayes Advanced Defense Systems. So yeah, let's insert this. So having one of these on every ship definitely does help provide a bit more CWIS. So let's see. Where is Gauss? Gauss. Oh, I forgot. Gotta refresh. There we go. So let's drop one of those on there. Oh, we're just over. Let's see. Can we drop anything down? We are a little up on storage time, so let's... Oh, we don't want to get rid of engineering actual spaces, though. Instead, get rid of the storage. Because that should drop the years, but not drop the IFR. Yeah. So that's pretty good. Alright. So let's see. Yeah, so these have quite... yeah, turret speed is still locked to 8K. With these railguns, but we're not too worried about that because most ships shouldn't move faster than 8K, so we're not actually too worried about the railguns being able to track ships faster than that because that would be pretty intense. But the Gauss cannons we want to be able to track quite quickly because we want them to be able to just boom, 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 just slam any incoming missiles. So, and they will be connected to the beam fire control. Actually, they're connected to this sensor. We actually need a beam fire control. Well, they can use that beam fire control, right? Because that's just, yeah. So they can use that, and we'll pop one into like defense mode. But yeah. All right. So that is our battlecruiser, exactly at 4999. So that's insane. You'd almost think I planned it this way. So let's lock this class. And we're going to go over to our shipyards and switch our transports actually to refit, retool for the, can't even pronounce it, Slain. Yeah. I probably pronounced it differently earlier, but alright, and that'll get done here in, yeah, just under 6 months or so. So that's good. Alright, I think that's it for the design of our battlecruiser. So we'll get that cracking. And let's get going. So let's pop forward 30 days. Oh yeah, 55 seconds. So that's definitely not a good sign. So they might be doing something. So, oh, of course it doesn't tell me up here. Yeah, so 7 days. Harvester capacity. Oh, we need to start sending our resupply ship, and then let's see, they built a new colony ship, and then retooling for Black Wolf Gen 3 has completed. Alright, let's grab our fleets. So our tanker, we're going to send it back out and auto route. Oh wait, no, we don't need to do that. We just do fleets. Go to your man. Refuel from transfer fuel from refueling hub, and then go back to Earth and transfer fuel to colony. Oh, we need to get rid of that second one actually. Remove last, go to Earth, transfer fuel to colony, but put an order delay of, say 50,000. No, that's 500,000, right? That'll do 50 days. No, that does 5 days. Last Earth, transfer fuel to colony with a delay, extra 0. Add move, yeah, 57 days. There we go. This still be faster than our fuel refining system can handle, but oh well. For now, that'll do good. Right now, it's actually loaded, so it'll start going there, refuel, and come back. But oh well. All right. so let's go to our shipyards. So we have retooled to the Gen Wolf or Black Wolf Gen 3. Let's see if we can refit the Gen 2s to the Gen 3s, which we absolutely can. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's get started on that. Start retooling those ships over. Then let's see. Yep, nothing there. Gravitational survey completed, so the Somebody 1212 needs new orders. So let's grab them. Where are they currently? So they're IRAS. That's one of the ones we wanted to look through, right? Yes. So we are going to jump them through the unexplored jump point, standard transit. Let's get them jumping. Alright. And then last increment, yeah. So occasionally we're jumping down 6 days. That's probably the AI race doing things, exploring things. That tends to happen pretty regularly. So, alright, so they found the system. Not much here. Go back to Sol. Alright, while we're thinking about this, actually, I just saw something. Let's take a look at our Sol transfer fleet. Alright, good, they're not doing anything. So what we're going to take them and do is actually we're going to set up a listening post here in Groombridge. There's not a lot here, but we want to set something up. Let's see, everything with minerals. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go to Groombridge 1A, I think, because that's probably going to be... actually, this has a higher max pop, and it's already got some ice sheets. So we're going to go here for sure, Groombridge A2. It doesn't have any minerals, it looks like. But the benefit here of choosing this is that we're actually able to live here pretty easily. So we'll eventually want to put people on this planet. Yeah, so let's grab our transfer fleet and we're going to auto route. First, they're in Galice, so auto route to Sol, Earth, refuel, resupply, and then load installation. Actually, no, let's do that first. Let's just have them go there, because we will then set them up on a transfer to get all those stations moved over. Alright, so these have all been refitted. Shipyard modified for... Okay. Yep, so we got that shipyard modified. So now we are ready to handle the second class. So let's do retool. Whoops. Retool. Amberclad Gen 2. Set. That'll get done by the 6 months. Okay. And the Gen 3s, let's do some more refitting. Alright. 2s to 3s. And keep on cranking through that. Getting our ships ready and up to spec. Some more science has been done into X-ray lasers. Let's actually get them on... Where is it? Is it here? No. Kinetics. Yes, let's get some work into this since this is going to be the focus of our people here. Let's do launch velocity and then grab him. Where is that? There we go. And we shall do... Let's see, that's too expensive. That's not too bad. So yeah, we'll grab this, add a queue, grab this, add a queue. So that's what, how long is that going to take him? Yeah, 2 years. So this takes a while, but that's expected. And we'll actually train some new ground units while we're thinking about this. We want to make sure we definitely have the units available. So we'll create a task, create a division HQ. That way we can get those things churned out. Alright. Gravitational survey completed. So the Thecio needs some new orders. So where were they at? Thecio. You are in the UGPS. I believe that's also one of the new systems, right? Nope. So where you at? You're up here? Yeah, so we'll just jump you through like normal. Standard transit. Alright. Yes, we need to keep an eye out for the Soul Transfer Fleet. They should be back anytime now. Yes, they're going to refuel and resupply. There we go. Grab them, go to Earth. Load installation. Deep space tracking station. Ooh, we do not have enough. Ooh, alright, we're gonna grab them anyways. Let me pull up. I have a cheat sheet here that will help me. Sorry about this. One sec. Shouldn't take me but a second. There we go. Cheat sheet. We are pulling up the deep space tracking stations. You weigh 25,000 cargo points. So we can carry 8 on each trip. So we're going to go auto route. Go to... what system do we want to put them in? You can't go here because they don't have jump drives, right? So Groom Ridge is where we want them. Yeah, and I don't want to build. You know what? It might be fine for now. In fact, what we'll do is we'll just remove their orders. As much as I would like to build some deep space tracking stations out there, I don't want to risk the aliens getting our jump gates. That would basically give them a fast forward to our solar system. So for now, what can we be doing with our transfer fleet? So I don't want them just sitting around. Let's see, Venus, you are, let's see your environment. You're cranking down, you made some progress, but you still got a long ways to go. So anything I can do for them? I guess I can move some infrastructure from Mars, because I think Mars still has some infrastructure here. Yeah, I still got a lot of infrastructure here. So I think that's what I'll just set them up to do, is just go to Mars, load installation, infrastructure, go to Venus, unload all installations, go to Earth, refuel, resupply, and then just cycle them forever so that Venus has more and more infrastructure from Mars. Alright. New system discovered, and this is a pretty bland system. Retooling for the Svalin. There we go. So now we can start building our mainstay craft. So let's go our shipyards. And we're actually going to go in here and I'm going to add slipway. That way we can start expanding this out. But while that is under construction, we're going to add to our, let's see, our Black Wolf fleet. So this is our current sort of defensive battle fleet. We're going to just pump out some Svalins. We can build 2 so far, so we're going to just keep pumping those out. And then let's go here and refit some more Gen 2s, which actually we can't do because we're already doing that. Sweet. So those will get done. And let's jump back to Sol. Alright. There we go. I can see their deployment time, the Luke Ordan and Zizor. And then we have some spare research facilities. So let's grab those guys. So let's see, that is the Luke. We're going to cancel all. On a route to Earth. Refuel, resupply, and then we get an overhaul. Ordan. Remove last. On a route to Sol. Go to Earth. Refuel, resupply, and then we get an overhaul. And then who was the last one? Sizor. Auto route to Sol. Go to Earth, refuel, resupply, and then begin overhaul. Alright. So, we'll get those guys going back. And then we'll do some more research. Let's see. So, somebody probably passed away. That's pretty common. This stage of the game, too. Let's see if there's anything I recognize. That was already there. I don't see anything. Might have just been somebody I didn't notice completed something. So, let's see. Is there anything we want? I mean, we could want 50 carronade sooner, but not necessarily. Go for thermal sensitivity. That is something. Oh, I didn't think about. We don't necessarily have a developed censorship. speaking of which, we didn't put a jump drive on our ships, so we're definitely going to need a jump tender. That's probably what I'll work on next, actually, now that I think about it. We definitely want one of those, so we're going to grab you. Actually, you. There. And then we'll throw you onto this as a cube, and we'll say assign you to you. Alright. So I'm thinking about it. We should have room in our shipyards for, let's see, because we need to build naval ships. We're not going to build any more of these. If we do build anything else, it's going to be Gen 5. So I'm going to grab this. So 15,000 is our cap. So let's design ourselves a new ship. We're going to build a jump tender. So new ship class. Oops, that is the wrong thing. Alright. I think I can just obsolete it right here, right? Yeah, because I don't care. Oh, I can physically delete the class. There we go. We are going to obsolete this one though. There we go. And then refresh that. Alright. So let's grab this and go to, is there a jump tender? In the J's. Jump tender. There we go. Oh, we don't want to change that. Let's say battlecruiser. We just want a new class, new ship class, and then call it a jump tender. We will rename the class. This will be renamed after our new member, which is Metrolonium. If I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. Driver boost always popping up, even though that is not correct. Where is your name? Let's see. They might have changed their username. Yeah, because there's some usernames in here I don't recognize. They probably changed their username. That's alright. I'll just copy this whole thing and then just paste it in here. Oh, that works. Alright, Metrolonium. I cannot pronounce things today for the life of me. So, we're going to design ourselves a jump drive. So, design tech, jump engine, and we want jump efficiency max. Alright, so this is the one where we want to actually focus on building a larger squadron size. And this doesn't necessarily matter, I don't think, because they're all going to be basically on top of each other. But for roleplay purposes, I want to make sure I can jump everyone within a decent range. So we'll say, 250 kilometers, because they're not going to be right on top of each other in reality. So we'll say that, and then this will determine, I think, the size of the engine we can jump. It'll be a military jump drive, so we'll assume, I cannot remember how exactly this works, because it has been a while since I built a jump tender. So let's get this up. So Aurora jump tender. All right. There we go. Often rely on dedicated jump tenders. Tenders carry capacity to record. Yeah, ships with military engines can only be escorted by a ship with a military jump drive, which makes sense. So, it has to be less than the jump ship and the jump drive rating. Oh, 280,000 tons. It'll only be able to. Okay, where's your jump drive efficiency? So this actually has to be a bigger ship since we're going to jump larger things. So, alright. Well, I guess I didn't need to close that necessarily. We're still going to need this jump engine no matter what. So squadron size 7. 250k. Alright, so what we're going to do for this is we're going to actually design a bigger ship. We're not going to be able to build it now, but we'll build it its own shipyard. since we've got the construction capabilities, that shouldn't take too long, honestly. We'll be able to put most of our resources towards this. So what we'll do instead is we're going to make sure this can carry every ship of size. So the biggest ship we have is 125,000 at the Amberclad Gen 2. We probably won't take those into battle too often, just because they are expensive and large ships, but it is something we want to be able to jump. So let's pump this guy up. So we want to be able to go to 125,000, which is going to make a very large jump engine size. Now I believe, yes, so it doesn't, our jump engine efficiency won't impact anything, so as long as this ship is big enough. So this ship has to be 125,000 plus the size of this jump engine. So we'll say plus 20,000. We want at least 145,000 size on this ship so that we can jump anything. So we'll put this up here. So this will be, 145,000. Okay, there we go. So we'll instant this baby and refresh tech, and then throw this jump drive on here. So this can jump any ships of this size that this ship is, as long as they're this, because this ship can only be this big plus the engine. So alright, so we're gonna make this a pretty big ship. So this is gonna be basically our fuel carrier. This will carry all of our fuel for this, and it's gonna also have some what do you call it, some sensors on it as well, just to protect it. Definitely lots of shields, because this is a basically defenseless ship. And we'll also put some salvage modules on here as well, because then we can salvage anything after the battle. That is something important to us. So, and then since we have to make this big anyways, then we'll throw on some large cargo holds. Oh, that's huge. Okay, maybe that's bigger than I thought. We don't need that many salvage modules. We'll put one. And then we'll drop off some cargo holds. We only need, let's see, in fact, we don't even need cargo hold large. We'll just do a standard. And then some cargo shuttle base. And then let's do one more standard and see what that gets us. Yeah. Alright, and then since this is going to have to be a military ship, it does need deployment time and such, so we'll do 48 months, just like the rest. And then we'll throw on some engineering stuff. So for maintenance, the big thing we want to watch out for is its maintenance life and such, which we are very poor on that. So pop down the IFR a bit. And they'll throw on some maintenance storage. That is really painful. They're going to put a lot of these because that is not going to last very long. And then we'll throw in some more engineering spaces. Basically, by putting more of these on, it makes it last longer. So we'll probably pop off a few of these shields, actually. We basically just need enough shields to kind of just run if anything comes at us. So, Jesus. I mean, this is a big ship, but I need to verify that our battleship doesn't have a very high IFR, because while this isn't going to go into necessarily combat, I don't want to have to worry about this thing like just getting absolutely hammered. That is a lot of engineering spaces, though. What are we looking at? 25 large. I'll pop this up to there, and then maybe throw this on this. That way it's a little faster. Just want to get it around 2 years, yeah. Now this is without any engines, right? Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be painful. Good thing is the slowest ship is what's gonna slow down our fleet. But since we're not necessarily going to take this ship into combat, I'm not too worried about having it being super fast. Throw in enough to make it not slow down the entire fleet non-stop. But alright, with that, I might drop off even some more shields. Oops, I did not mean to drop off all of our shields. And I did not mean to add 5. engines at a time, so we had 10 total. Yeah, we don't need quite that many. We'll probably try to keep it around 1,500, yeah. I mean, so I guess it was not too bad of an idea to do that. But we want at least a shield or two. So, we'll put on a shield. Alright, let's see. Do we care about anything else? Not really. This is a defensive ship, so 133. Oh, let's throw on a beam fire control and short range sensor for anti-missile stuff. And then Gauss. So that way we can have a Sea-Wiz essentially on this. Because that way if any missiles get launched at it, it's good. And then let's see, thermal sensors. We don't have any, so let's design tech. And we'll just throw on a simple thermal sensors. Nothing too crazy, just it can see stuff if there's anything pretty close by. So right now it can see anything 35, so let's say, yeah, 106 million. That's pretty close in terms of, like, it's on the other side of the solar system, but if there's any ships, it'll be able to see it, so it can just run away at that point. And refresh tech. Thermal sensors, pop that on. In fact, might even pop on another. Alright, is there anything else we really need? Maybe another Sea-Wiz? It wouldn't be the worst idea. This is going to be a pretty defenseless ship, otherwise it's not really meant to be taking combat. Oh, fuel storage. We're good on that, right? Because we popped on a bunch of big fuel containers, right? Yeah, 4 ultra larges. Where is its fuel? Okay, yeah, plenty of fuel. In fact, I probably could drop off 2 of these just so that way it's not having too much difficulty with maintenance. But alright. And then we'll throw it on a, I think you can throw on engineering. Engineering, does that help at all? No, that actually makes IFR worse, which doesn't make really much sense. You'd think engineering would be a benefit to your maintenance stats, but currently, at least in the current version, it does not help. For roleplay purposes, I'm going to put it on there because that should help with maintenance, but oh well. Alright, so this is still kind of small. We need to be able to jump our other ships. It technically can at this point, I believe, but I want to make sure we give a little bit more room. So we'll throw on a damage control, improved damage control. This does help a bit with it, right? No, that's I know that it is designed to, I think this actually what this helps with is no, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, none of this changes other than increasing the IFR. So your guess is as good as mine. We'll throw on some, oh, we never put ECM on. Yeah, we don't really need ECM on that because we're going to have our battleships with tons of ECM. We'll throw on like 1 of each of these just to, actually, yeah, we don't want regular ECM. We want the compact ECM. Yeah, we'll throw on like 1 of each. That way it's just like a sort of defensive thing. We'll throw on an ELINT. Oh, I guess some more Sea-Wiz, because never hurts to have extra Sea-Wiz. Kind of just protect everything. And do we have any more? Let's see, ASS we've currently got 1, so we'll throw on a long-range sensor as well. This will be sort of our jump tender / sensor ship that kind of will just sit back and protect itself for the most part. Alright, so our jump size, where's our jump? 145 ton. Okay, so we got a little more room. Alright, there we go. So let's pop off 1 of those shields. Alright, there we go. So that should be good to go. This should, yeah. So this should be able to jump basically anything we need for the near future. We don't need to label it Collier because that's a specific type of ship. We're good on everything else. So yeah, Let's lock this class for now. This will be our jump tender. So let's go in here. And we don't have one that we can fit it into currently, because this is quite a bit bigger than anything else. So we'll actually produce a new naval shipyard complex. Let's see, 93% is what we have left over. So we'll produce one of those. That'll get done real quick. And then we'll just expand the crap out of it for that. So alright. I think there's no more room for anything else. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this episode, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because that always helps the channel. If you didn't like it, make sure to leave a comment as well. Just let me know what you'd like to see different. I know that I've been trying to improve these videos as time has gone on, but it always helps to hear feedback to kind of point me in the right direction for what you guys would like to see. I am moving in the next couple of weeks, so there may be some delay. Sometimes there may not be videos every single day, because I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. But yeah, until next time, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.